Hey guys, I'm back for this video. Sorry I've been gone for so long. Things have just been kind of crazy where I am right now. I had some work problems I had to figure out. Plus, I've been dealing with work problems for a while, so I don't really have time to make videos because I've been so stressed out about it. But now that I'm gonna be only working 2 days a week, and I'll have college on the other 5 days of the week. I'm gonna have more time to make videos after I'm done doing my homework or when I'm not playing Destiny. So I was gonna give you guys a quick update. Right now I am currently in starting my courses for 2D animation, and I'm already working towards becoming a better artist so I can create Total Drama Oskayi Island and actually have a better chance of giving that to you guys. That being said, Oskayi Island is still happening. I'm not giving up on it. I'm going to try and do my best in this course for you guys so that you guys can see Total Drama Oskayi Island, even if I have to make it myself, which I'm hoping I don't, but if I have to, I will do that. Quick updates on stuff. Still working on that Total Drama, the one Total Drama I was talking about where it's Oskayi Island meets my cast. And that would be before my cast meets the original cast and the Revenge of the Island cast and so on. The Jesse Gill story is still a pretty big role, and still a pretty big role. It takes a big part of Total Drama Oskayi Island. So the one character from the Jesse Gill story will appear in Total Drama Oskayi Island, which is a pretty big deal. So I'm going to try and give you guys more information on that when I can. So anything else I want to talk about? Oh yes, I want to talk about a certain thing that people have really been trending towards on the Total Drama Facebook fan page would be the rewrites of Total Drama All Stars. There's two individuals I think that are rewriting it from start to finish. The one thing I'd like to point out is that good for them for rewriting it. I encourage people to do that. People really hated All Stars. But one thing I don't really like is them rewriting the whole thing, because rewriting the whole thing is basically just saying, oh, it's basically just like taking somebody's work, seeing what they did wrong, and then just fixing it. That's not really creative in my opinion, but I love that they're doing it though. It's a great sign that people are actually taking it upon themselves to try and fix something they love. I really like that idea. The one thing I wanted to put on is that a long time ago I actually started writing a rewrite for Total Drama All Stars as well, but I didn't want to change everything. I just wanted to fix the stuff that I think could have been better. So the one thing I did was I took the last 2 episodes, left everything else the same, and just changed the last 2 episodes, and I fixed almost everything. Only thing I didn't manage to fix, or I couldn't fix, was the whole Oskayi situation. I know some people were unsure if they were still together or broken up. I felt that in the last 2 episodes it should have focused on 2 specific characters and mainly their journey to the end of All Stars. So without spoiling anything, I managed to fix some major problems people had with the show. I still kept everything that the finale had that was awesome. I kept the whole Al Heather thing. I'm not going to say who's in the finale, but it's definitely either Scott, Gwen, Mike, or Zoe. And just so you guys know, the finale is not Mike and Zoe for my edition of Total Drama All Stars. I wanted to make that very clear because people hated that Zoki was the main focus of All Stars when it really should have been a certain individual, because we all know that this person has probably deserved it more than anybody else on that show. That being said, I actually do a pretty good job of closing up all the stories and, you know, leaving some stuff open for future seasons to make sure that those characters come back. So what I'm going to do is when I post this video, I'm going to find a way to post the scripts for this on the internet somewhere where you guys can read it online and actually just take a look at it and read it. I would like to say, as a good writer can take somebody else's work and then just do the bare minimum to fix it, which I think I've done because I haven't changed the whole integrity of Total Drama All Stars, and I've still fixed quite a bit in just having it for 2 episodes. Um, the one thing I really want to point out is that I do fix one thing in particular, and I do favor one character more, but I think it deserves to be in there because that's the one thing I had such a problem with, and I know it's one thing people have a huge problem with, and it also gives more of a abstractness to like I think Mal and Mal's personality, because Mal really didn't have a personality. He was more so just I'm gonna be evil, and I'm evil and dark, and that's how I roll, and yeah. And I wanted to give Mal more of a personality in this last episode, because in the last episode, Mal has basically just won. He feels that he's won. He's won. He feels he's won. And he acts that way. Because in the finale, he didn't really act that way. He acted more like, I'm gonna destroy everybody type deal. Well, no, in my final episode, Mal thinks he has won. He's like, I've won. This is, you're toast. No way you can beat me. You're a joke. And that's the way I think he should have been. He should have thought he had won already. He seemed more concerned about defeating Zoe and beating. He seemed more concerned about tearing Zoe down than actually winning, which I didn't really agree with. And the partner picks for the finalists, I didn't agree with the Zoe picks at all. That was, Cameron shouldn't have been there. I think it should have been Duncan. It should have been Duncan and Gwen that helped Zoe. It should have been Alejandro and Heather that helped Mike. Or helped Mel. That just fit way better. It was the good couple of the show, Duncan and Gwen, versus the evil couple of the show, Alejandro and Heather. Both polar opposites, and both can be considered mortal enemies. Duncan really hated Alejandro in World Tour. He was the one who wanted him gone. After the merge, he was the one who was fighting to get Alejandro out of there. And it made so much more sense to do it that way. So, needless to say, I'm not going to ruin who's in the finale. But, as I just said, Mal is in there, so Mal still makes it. It's just a pretty good swap, and I've already told you guys basically what's gonna happen. But I make Mal even more sinister, and I think people will like him more for his decisions in episode 12 because of what he does and how he accomplished it and how he thinks about it and how he basically just outsmarts everybody with deception and his own intellect. It actually gives Mal this smartness to him. It's kind of scary. So I'm going to post the link to this in the video. It's going to be down there somewhere. Hopefully I can figure out a way to do that before I actually have to go to school today. Hopefully this video is up before then, so I'm trying to get through so it's not such an upload time. But yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy that. We're at like 725 subscribers, so we're doing pretty good, guys. Let me elaborate on the Redonkulous race really quick. I'm not happy about the Redonkulous race. I like the idea, but I hate the fact that it was stolen from me, which feels pretty shitty, but also feels kind of flattering because they took it from me. And well, let's just say at Pitchapalooza, I pitched to Tom McGillis, the Total Drama Oskayi Island, and I told him that I new host and new contestants and certain ideas, and he just kind of nodded at me and he agreed with everything. And it was kind of weird because me and him had this weird, I told him we had this weird like ESPN connection, like whenever they thought of something, I was thinking the same thing, and it was really disheartening when I heard, oh, new host Dawn. I was like, well, I just fucking pitched that to you like 2 months ago. You couldn't even give me props for coming up with the same idea as you guys. Like, I understand that you gotta keep it secret, but you really gotta like blindfold me like that and be like, oh, you came up with the same idea as us guys. Maybe we should let him come write for us because we're all on the same page. But what do I know? I just really don't like the fact that I can come up with the same ideas as them over and over again. And every time I ask for a job, they keep saying nope. And it's just so disheartening because, you know, everything they've thought of, I've thought of before them, and they've just started doing it now. And it feels pretty shady. To elaborate on them stealing my idea, it was 4 years ago, or 2 years ago, before I started college, so it had been like the summer of 2011, I came up with the idea for this race, the Total Drama. I called it, I forget what I called it back then, but what I did was, I even had a similar episode name to the Redonkulous race, and actually Total Drama Oskayi Island, Episode 3 was called The Ridiculous Race, and it's an episode where the contestants race through the forest to reach a checkpoint, and they have to go through the new forest of Oskayi Island and figure out, and they get to experience what the wildlife is like on Oskayi Island. That was kind of that episode's total goal, was to give the island more personality and let people know like what this island is about. And it was called The Ridiculous Race. And later on, I kept it that name, and then when the Redonkulous Race was even hinted at, I was like, well, that's pretty close to my name for my episode. And I even told Tom that. I said to Tom, I have an episode in here, episode 3, called I used to be called The Ridiculous Race. And then I changed it because I didn't really, I thought that name worked, but then I saw The Redonkulous Race and I said, well, people are going to get too familiarized with that name, so I just changed it, and I think it's called the Great Oskayi Foot Race of Disgrace, or the Great Foot Race of Disgrace, is what I ended up changing it to. So that was like my way of just changing it really quick and still having an awesome name for it. To keep this more towards Redonkulous Race, Don, he looks like Duncan. Duncan and Topher mix. It's a really huge cop-out because people really like Duncan. Don, I'm not really sure what he's going to be like. It's going to be a more Amazing Race, like where the eliminations are more sad. That's what I think they're going for. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. Kind of weird. With the racers, I'm pretty sure no All-Stars are going to be in it, which is totally fine with me because I feel like they shouldn't even touch the All-Star cast for a while, or at least until they got somebody who knows their shit and can actually write a good season for those guys and actually do all the right things and fix everything from All-Stars, which I'm trying to do. May I add, I'm trying to fix the fuck-ups of All-Stars the best I can. I actually created Oskayi Island knowing that what they did in All-Stars would happen. I knew it was going to fucking happen. Well, I saw the World Tour and I was like, shit's going to go down, I'm going to have to write something to fix this. And I started writing Oskayi Island. No, I'm not even fucking with you guys. I am not fucking with you guys. I started writing Oskayi Island knowing that this shit was going to happen. I have this weird fucking thing where I can determine some things in the future, and I foresaw this shit happening, and I said, well, how can I fix this? Okay, I'll do this. What's a great story for that? That sounds like an awesome story. How can I fix this whole thing? Like, if this happens and I don't know how it's going to happen, what's the one thing I can just rely on to fix it? And then I made these two characters, and I said, okay, these people, these two will fix that problem. What about this problem? What if that happens? Okay, these two will fix that problem. And then I just started juggling these things about fixing certain problems and certain things that could happen that I didn't know were going to happen, but I had a feeling they were going to happen. And when I finally got those problems fixed, I said, okay, these guys are going to fix that problem. Now let's make it so it's not so apparent. After I fixed all of them to not be so apparent, I moved on to like creating their personalities and all that certain stuff, and I just kept rewriting and rewriting it, because after I had done that one purpose of them, their plot was to do their thing, and they'd be able to fix that later. I wanted them to actually have their own problems and stuff, so I went back in and I rewrote it, and I've been rewriting it for the past 4 years to make sure that it has this epicness to it. And I really believe Total Drama Oskayi Island is the saving grace for Total Drama. I really do, because it's so based on fixing those problems, because I knew they were going to happen. I wish you guys could read it without revealing way too much stuff about it. It's so disheartening, because I have these, it's like having the cure to cancer in my back closet, but because I'm not a famous scientist, people think I'm crazy. It's really like that. It feels absolutely horrible. It feels really bad, but trust me guys, I am trying my damnedest to try and get this out there before they make another season of Total Drama, and just try to fix a painting by adding more black to it, and it's just becoming a big turd. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, the way they are writing the show is not very particularly smart. They are more so relying on their older writers, the ones that they've trusted for a while, but it feels like they've gotten sick with the whole idea. But that's just me trying to speculate why All-Stars sucks so bad. Like, I'm gonna go and say All-Stars was horrible. It had so much potential. Just replace Sam with Brick. I don't know about Lindsay, but man, that was an awful decision. Sierra, how is she a hero? She basically only won one individual immunity challenge in World Tour, and I'm pretty sure that was the Chinese Fake Out. And I'm pretty sure she might have also won the Drumheller one. I'm not sure about that though. I think she might have won. She said she was the first one back, so I'm guessing she won that. But she did ultimately get eliminated that challenge as well. And you gotta look at, like, why were they all stars? Lindsay, did she win a bunch of challenges? Did she get far every time? Yes, she made the merge 2 times in a row, but then she got punted on World Tour by DJ. You gotta think of those things before you make an All-Stars. You can't just say, who's gonna make the good plot? Let's put that guy in there. It's Sam. Everybody likes Sam. Let's put him in there and let's make him get hurt by a bunch of bees and Courtney. Sam was just there to be Courtney's punching bag for that one episode so people would dislike her and she'd get put on the villains team. Like, really, that's his one purpose. And I can say, yeah, I made characters for a single purpose, but then I later made their purposes more elaborate and made them their own thing. With that way, like, if you look at them at face value, they're still everything. But way behind them when I first made them is that one purpose they were made for. So behind all this personality and awesomeness and stuff they go through in the season is way back there is that to fix that problem type character. And the one character that kind of fixes most of the problems, because he's mostly a character based on what I thought those characters, that, like, how I think somebody who can fix these problems would act like. And he's really a POV character myself, because he does a lot of things to just make things better. Like, I'm gonna make a good example of this character. He is like Lee from the Walking Dead video game series. He is a character that can just make things better by being there. And that is an awesome character, because when that character's gone, everybody feels so lost. Like, if you played The Walking Dead Season 2, there's times you're like, I wish Lee was here. Like, that's just how people feel about The Walking Dead video game series, is I wish Lee was here. But Lee goes out in a blaze of glory and like a total badass, and Lee's death is totally just, you're like, Lee can't come back because his death was so amazing. Like, and plus it's Walking Dead, nobody comes back. So this character is like Lee from The Walking Dead, because when he's on screen, you're gonna love seeing him. You're gonna be like, this guy's amazing, and he does lots of cool stuff, and I like the way he acts. And then the one of the main girls of the show, you're gonna love the way she acts and love the way she thinks about things and the way she she has a good perspective on other things, and she can look at certain situations that the original cast have been in before and relate it to herself, because her backstory directly connects to some of the stuff that has happened on the show already. So it's a really cool experience to see basically the two main male and female characters of ToeJam Oskayi Island interact with the original cast and just help them with their problems through what they've already experienced and what the main guy character has already done in his life. And you guys are going to see a lot of cool backstory from the main guy character of ToeJam Oskayi Island, and you're going to see a lot of cool backstory from the main girl character of ToeJam Oskayi Island. And it's just going to be, these two characters have been through so much, and they know how to react to certain situations, that they just do it. They basically just solve the problems very well, just using their knowledge of what they've been through before. That being said, the bad guys that they have to fight on Oskayi Island are no pushovers. By far, they fight some pretty nasty villains in Oskayi Island. And yes, it is a very near the final 3. It's a very frightening moment for the final 3. It's very scary at that point, because they feel defenseless against whoever, they feel defenseless against each other. Like, most of them are scared of each other at that point, because they're just not sure what's going to happen, because all of them are so powerful. It's kind of like a clash of titans in the very end of Oskayi Island, because it's the 3 main people that have been doing most of the stuff in the finale fighting it out. And in my opinion, it's the most intense thing ever, because basically the one guy is just like, he needs to do something to break up the alliance that he's faced up against, and he does the absolute coolest thing to break them, to get them apart, to get that alliance away from each other. And it's a total flip, because people think it's like this alliance is gonna rule, this alliance is gonna beat everything, and then in the finale he's like, I need to get them apart, and he figures a way to do it in the most sinister and evil way possible. And he plays against the main character's backstory, because when the main character, or I mean the main protagonist, explains his life to his friends on the island, because he has such a unique story, the bad guy's actually there to hear it, and then he plays that against him. He uses that against him, and that his story is mentioned in the beginning, and the bad guy just holds on to it and holds on to it and waits for that moment where we can exploit it, and he does right at the last second, and it's so impactful and so devastating to the whole finale. It really messes up the final three and gives the main villain a reason to be absolutely hated, but and also cheered for it, because like, that was a great move, buddy. That's a great move. You totally did it, bro. That's how you do it. And he does a really good job of doing that. But I'm gonna stop rambling. But now I'm gonna upload this, try and get it up before I go to school, get it edited and rendering before I go. It might be up later tonight. I'm gonna upload these files soon, but I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back if you've been since I've been away for so long. But I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll have some new Oskayi Island content for you guys to see, and after this, just because if I have more time. But I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you next time.